And we are back once again with Slime Isekai Memories. Alright, today we are here doing the brand new event, Despair Mirror of Awakening. So this is really fascinating. So once again we are having a semi-canon event to the main story happening, which you can see they brought back the first one. I think this was for our first year anniversary or 1.5. It was at one of those two big celebrations that we had Tempest versus Mad City. And now we have this one. I wonder if they're gonna reference this event at all in the main story. Because usually when Tempest versus Mad City could be referenced, it's never referenced at all. So hopefully they do a better job in being able to reference this one. If my guess is right, it should be taking place where we are in the story right now, right after the second battle with Cliché. So she was still hiding, planning her revenge on Rimuru and the others. And they are still looking for her to try and finish her. The last plan that they had was they were going to attack her. But let's see if they're actually able to do that, or if this is a totally side event that all happens within a certain amount of time, and then is never referenced again. Story Quest. Curiosity and Anxiousness, Part 1. Okay, so I pour some sauce in it, and shake it well. How is it, Shuna? It's perfect! Now you gotta let it rest overnight, so let's continue tomorrow. Oh, but we're making our move into Cliché's hideout soon! Alright, so this is actually continuing the events of the main story, where they were going to attack Cliché. Yes, but I get so anxious unless I'm doing something. So please teach me more about cooking tomorrow, Shuna. Shinsha. Okay, sure thing. It helps me to relax too. Thank you. By the way, where is Geld? He should be handling the road maintenance in the northwest, I think. Also, I wonder, are they gonna incorporate Season 3 things into this story mode? Like, are they gonna be ambiguous on what Rimuru has done? Because, like, everything that has happened in the story mode has happened mostly after the second season, but before the third season. I wonder in this, like, entire part, is there gonna be a little time skip where they were able to do the entire tournament and festival and the battle with the Holy Knights and be like, yeah, we did that all like last month or a couple weeks ago. And so now we're just trying to deal with Cliché, but now we have our new allies with us. Thanks! I'll go see him. I guess she feels uneasy unless she's working. Yes, and like I was saying earlier... She can't turn herself into her evolved form at will. Oh yeah, I did think that was really weird. Because when she evolved in the main story, I don't think she reverted back at all. And so, off-screen, I guess she just transformed back into her normal self. Is that a normal occurrence in slime where after a creature evolves, it's able to de-evolve? Or regress into a, like, less evolved form? Like, I want to know, is this an actual transformation or is this an evolved form? Like, she says it's evolved, but I mean, as it is, she reverted back. And she's not even like her pink hair form, she's her blue haired form as of current. But then again, that could just be them not paying attention to what models they do, since in the story before, sometimes she would have her blue hair, sometimes she would have her pink hair. But yeah, this is gonna be a story plot point, and I see something brand new for Shinsha. Apparently, she found herself in her evolved form when she had a lot of rage inside her, so she might need to experience that same feeling again in order to transform once more. But for her to get so enraged, she would have to witness someone close to her get hurt again. And then it would be too late, huh? Basically, the dilemma is, she only has a Super Saiyan transformation when someone dies or is nearly dead from getting hurt. But it's like, by that time, it's like the person she wants to protect is dead. And so, it's a little useless. I mean, she can still get revenge, but her main objective of protecting the person has failed. Exactly. Raphael, is there any way Shinsha can freely control her powers? No. The only option is for Shinsha to gain experience and strengthen her affinity with a higher form. So, yeah, she needs a higher form than that other form? So it's all up to Shinsha, huh? Woo! So you want me to line these all up and stick them together? Yeah, that's right. But aren't they heavy? I'm stronger than I look. Good. Then I'd like to ask you for more help. Sure. It would be quicker if we did it on our own, but I can't reject her kindness. And that's another one. Magical Beast. For like the 300th time. Wait, what was that sound? That's the sound of Benimaru's training. If you're curious, feel free to go watch since we finished all the work for today. Really? Great! I bet that's a lie, that he's still gonna work for another like 3-4 hours. Because Gale is that type of worker, he just doesn't end until the day is over. And the sun is still high in the sky from the looks of it. She's such a good worker, being willing to take on the doll work and all. But she is an important asset in battle, so... Hey Shinsha, do you want to try our new rice cake? Really? I'd love to! The blue rice cake is great, Rimuru, and the pink one is you, Shinsha. Wow, they look so pretty. Okay, I'm digging in. Num num! Mmm, they're delicious! That's great. Now that you've had some rice cakes, I bet you want to wash them down with some tea. This is a new blend that I've came up with recently. Here, try some. Num num! Thank you! Go, bwah! What a refreshing aftertaste. I'm glad you like it. By the way, have you seen Benimaru around? Benimaru. I saw him head to the training ground over there. I mean, of course. Where else is he gonna train? I mean, in the forest. But why is she in the city after Gale told her to go look for him training? It's like, there's only 2 places he could be. And I think you would be able to find where the loud noises are coming from. Thanks for letting me know. And also for the tea and rice cakes. Isn't it incredible that she's so cute and so strong?
そうだな。
Yeah, and she's such a nice kid too, all while protecting this nation.
容赦はしない。
Ha! I find it so weird that those people even know what Shinsha does, considering she hasn't even been in the story for actually that long. She was a threat to Tempest for a while, and only recently joined them. Like, after the battle with Isis is when she officially joined the nation, which I think was only like a month or two ago, since this game doesn't really specify like time lapses in the story or time skips. Okay, this is cool. I'm really glad they're doing this. So I'm guessing Benimaru has requested Isis's help to train by making Kukoyo. So I hope we can see more variations working together again, just like in the main story when that first was shown off.
Markin.
Hail Flare! Both of them have a different sword style and magic Yule flow, even though they look so similar. Their appearances are the same, but they really are different people. If that's the case... The other Papa I saw in my dream. Maybe that wasn't just a dream after all. Alright, I am starting to understand this. So not only is this another semi-canon event, but this is literally referencing Tempest versus Mad City. Because in that event, Shinsha was dreaming the entire time. Because Isis had a spell over Shinsha to keep her in a perpetual sleep, just so she can create things out of Shinsha's mind, like other duplicates. And one of the duplicates she made was Emilis? I think that was his name? Which is basically just slime backwards. And so this was the main boss of that event. I mean, the sub-boss of that event was also a Clayman that has unfortunately never came back. But I'm really glad that these two are connected events. That this is a sequel to Tempest vs. Mad City. Okay, weird place. So are we gonna fight Emilis? Like the dream version? Alright, so I'm just gonna have to take a little bit to make a new team. Yeah. So, give me a second as I make a small cut. Alright, I think I have made the best possible team I can have for Harvest, so we'll do this. Apparently the Special Force is antagonist, which I don't even know what these characters have to do with antagonist that give them more Harvest. I guess Hinata, because yeah, she was an antagonist, and then there's Cliché, which it's weird that they give out a free Cliché that is kind of a spoiler, I would imagine, for later on in the story. Actually, let me kind of hide her. Because I don't want her to come out before she actually does in the story. And then here's this very nice Isis, which, I mean, it's... very good looking. But alright, let's just get into the story. Okay, so yeah, we're facing against Kukoyo. Oh yeah, I had it on auto. Damn. Okay, we're back. So, my game crashed after that battle, but we are so good. Dangerous Training, Part 1.
Yo.
Oh, I didn't notice you there, Shinsha.
Hi.
Oh, hi. I'm just observing. I need to study up more on my sword handling and other tactics.
Oh.
Tactics, huh? That's certainly important.
その通りだ。
Benimaru has a wealth of experience, so I'm learning a lot by sparring with him. Our bodies may disappear, but our souls and memories are preserved. The next time that we are summoned, our experiences will be carried over.
でも
Memories? But you don't have any memories from the first Kokoyo, do you?
そうだな。
You mean the one who beat you half to death? I have no memories whatsoever. Man, who told him about that? Like, that kind of seems like something Isis kind of told him, considering the way he words it. The one who beat you half to death. Where she said it bluntly and, like, as factually as possible. Instead of putting it in a nice way of, yeah, he was roughing up Shinsha, and that she really couldn't do anything about it. Like, I think Shinsha would have said, oh, me and your other fought to the death, and I was losing but was saved by Diablo.
つまり、
It seems that paranoia and portfolio are fundamentally different. Thank goodness. What, thank goodness he doesn't have his memories, or thank goodness that those two things are different when, like, using their spells or effects?
しかし、
It may have happened in the past, but I can't imagine you losing to a kaijin. That's what Benimaru told me too.
ああ、
That's right. Before my time runs out and I disappear, I want to spar with you, Shinsha. You should be a lot stronger now than when you nearly died. Huh?
なるほど。
Why don't the two of you try? For each other's sake. It's boring just watching, isn't it?
なるほどです
Got it. Please go easy on me. That's what I should be saying. Alright, let's go. Hail Flare.
負けませんよ
Whoa, you're just gonna start right away? Well, gluttony. So, it devoured Hellflare, huh? But... Oof! Woo! You're so strong!
おう
Even with ultra speed regeneration and body armor. And a half-baked blade. There's no way I can win. Oops, my time's up. I'll probably be summoned again soon. Until then, farewell.
そういえばですけど
Oh, speaking of summoning, I wonder where Mother is. Have you seen her, Benimaru? I'm guessing she's been enjoying the hot springs, if like her card art has anything to do with what she's doing.
そうだな。
She's participating in a mock battle today, just like me. However, because of who her opponent is, the battle will probably take place somewhere far from town. So it's a powerful opponent. So either it's Diablo or Shion, I would imagine. And I wouldn't imagine it's a Demon Lord or anything like Milim. So I would imagine, yeah, it's probably Diablo or Shion. Maybe Soy? I'm just trying to think of the strongest executives. I'm just sticking with my two main guesses of Diablo and Shion.
ん
Her opponent? Wow, just like you said, that really is a big piece of obsidian. Are you sure you want me to take it, Isis? I don't mind. It is rare to have one this large, but it is also a stone that held magicules for hundreds of years, so it might have some sort of power dwelling within it. Coming from the person who once resided there, I'm convinced. Well, I'll gratefully accept. Which of the surface? Was this stone once your vessel? I thought for sure. You were gazing at me from the lake for hundreds of years, so I thought that you were a fan of mine that appeared in the lake.
違うわよ。
That's not quite true. Anywhere there was a surface that could act as a mirror, I could look through it. What a convenient skill. Actually, it was rather inconvenient. The more I looked outside the mirror, the more I wanted to get out.
そうね。
So, I was observing the unlimited imprisonment that had trapped you, hoping it might give me a hint on how to escape my own prison. So you weren't a fan after all. Well, otherwise, I wouldn't even bother thinking about fighting you again. I'm trying to think, when did they fight? Was it during that final battle in part 1 of the story? I'm trying to remember, did her in her dragon form fight Veldora? Because I just remember Veldora fighting against... what was this his name? Red Veldora? Or against, yeah, that was his name. So I don't remember them directly fighting. A fight against Lord Veldora? Do you have a death wish, Isis? Calm down. We're not having a real fight. This is just a mock battle. Okay. So yeah, he is the opponent. Which I expected someone a little lower, but I mean, I guess fighting the strongest creature, or at least one of the strongest creatures in this world. A copy of Veldora. Veldora against his magicules. Wells within me.
行くわよ。
The vast pool of magicules has properties very similar to Veldora. I need to be able to utilize them effectively before the next battle. So you're just sparring with the original? But no matter how hard you try to hold back, it feels like this entire area is gonna get blown away. I'll at least put up a barrier.
どう？
It was only when I saw Cliché cast barriers like crazy that I began to understand how to cast them properly.
ええ。
The barrier won't be perfect, but it should at least stop things from flying everywhere. Flying everywhere? Oh no! I'm guessing he realizes he's still in the barrier, and that he should probably leave. Well then, you should probably hurry and get that stone home. Yeah! Everyone, lend me a hand! Okay! Alright, interesting. So, battle between Isis and Veldora. But yeah, I still want to know, what is that connection between
私の力。
Isis, Shinsha, and against? Like, I'm pretty sure they have some kind of soul. Oh, what was that? It was like the first 3 attacks didn't work, and the last one actually hit.
とてもいい
Oh,
攻撃だった。
I guess it's because darkness is like missing attacks. where she has a very rare chance of missing. But yeah, I guess like the soul corridor or whatever special skill like Shinsha has, she's able to give Isis like Voldura's magicules or against his magicules. And then she's able to access her dragon form and her other abilities using against his power. Even though against is inside Shinsha. Mirror World Invade Part 1. Is the main plot actually about to begin? I honestly thought half of this was gonna be training. But I guess not. The main plot actually begins.
Eh?
Shall we begin then? I can sense some of my fakish magicules in this barrier too. So it shouldn't be a problem if I release a little bit of my aura. Now I see it again. The real deal is definitely different. I wonder how far I can hang on. Let's put it to the test. Yeah, this form is still pretty awesome to see Isis take her like dragon form. But I do also question this, because the original reason she was able to access this form again was because she was in distress, and so was Shinsha, where they needed that ultimate skill to transfer the energy into Isis. So unless there's something I'm not remembering about where the gateway between the magicules of against for Isis is like constantly open, so she's constantly getting against his magicules, or just now she's able to have free reign to get energy whenever she needs from against. It's just really weird because it seemed they always needed to be in an emergency scenario for Shinsha to lend out the power of against. It just seemed like Shinsha or Isis both needed to be in an emergency scenario where the ultimate skill would activate in giving Isis the energy to access against. But I guess like after that skill was unlocked, they can just both access against with no trouble, or having to be in a high stress situation to access that power. It's begun! I sense something dangerous is happening, but I need to concentrate on my meditation now.
そうね。
In a room completely void of light, and with only a full-length mirror, in such a space is where I sharpen my senses.
うん。
I can no longer tell where my body ends and the darkness begins. My silhouette, my boundaries. This is good.
と。
By dissolving one's body into darkness, one can bring their senses closer to spiritual beings. Only then can one search for the coordinates of a particular spiritual world, the mirror world.
何かな?
As long as I know the coordinates.
はっ!
It lit up! The full-length mirror! There it is! I did it! I did it! I did it! This is it! A storehouse of magicules that spans the entirety of the universe! This is what I wanted!
おい。
What kind of person barges into someone else's house and starts yapping like a little dog? Could you shut up for a second? I'm just laughing because, like, man, yapping has become such a popular term, and I swear so many media that I've seen lately. That's just so weird to see it in this game. But then again, this game has some pretty new terms and slang pretty recently. I think with the newest chapters of the story mode, or some of the past events.
何
Rimuru Tempest?
あ
You come in my house with your grubby shoes, and then the first thing you do is bring up that guy. I am super confused though. He died from what I can remember. Or maybe he just disappeared with Mad City. I guess, like, the world disappearing wasn't it getting destroyed. I guess it was just, you can't access the mirror world anymore, or that version of the mirror world. The dream version that Shinsha had.
えーっと
Huh? Looking more closely, your aura is different. You're just another fake then. So, that girl can make something like this too.
ざきやがって
You saying that on purpose, or is your mouth not connected to your brain? Either way, it's clear to me you want to die.
やあやあ
Stop your barking, you knockoff. Somebody who relies purely on their mana could never beat me.
かかってこいよ
You want to test that, huh? Ach! Stay still! Delete barricade!
どうかしら
So sorry. No matter how powerful it is, if it's a barrier with its own unique laws... You've got something wrong with your head, fake witch!
何
What? I do love this though. Seeing villains clash and seeing, like, even though Cliche is a brand new villain or newer villain in compared to Emilus, like, both are comparable or at least have surprises that the other can't deal with. Now, I want to hear how he's able to break through the barrier, but this is very cool to see.
ふん
I've seen Shinsha's evolution through Isis's hand mirror, and for whatever reason, when she gets stronger, so do I. So I guess the mirror world slash Emilus is just living because Shinsha still lives, and so there's still some connection. And so with her getting stronger, Emilus gets stronger. That's how he's able to still watch her. But what does he mean through Isis's hand mirror? Like, did she leave a mirror in this world? And he's been looking at it, watching Shinsha's progress? Or is he just able to see through, like, Isis's mirror? Like the one that she literally has on her, the one she uses as a staff.
んで
I was nothing more than a soul drifting through space, but now I have a spiritual body, and in this body
つまり
is Veldora, or at least it contains magicals that are very similar. Against his magicals, even you... So is that 3 people that are able to access against his magicals? Because this is starting to get a little convoluted on everyone who gets to take part in using his energy.
どうだ
So what will you do? Run away? No, I just catch you and kill you. Would you rather come at me? I'd kill you all the same, you know. It's your choice. How dare you!
なあ
You really pissed me off earlier. Now feel my wrath. Look, I don't know if this fake Rimuru is confident or just really stupid. But he's only using his fist right now. I have to finish him while I have a chance.
と
I have no choice but to fight this stupid slime using all of my 700 years of wisdom. First, I want you to be a good boy.
くっそ
You That's what you choose to say? I wonder, is, like, she trying to flirt with him? Like, is that something she learned in her 700 years? Like, seduction and flirting? Or is she just trying to make him more mad so that he gets sloppier? Because I don't know if he doesn't like to be patronized, so somebody telling him he's a good boy, like, angers him.
Huh?
Here! Paradox Pierce! Tisk! That was a brand new animation I don't think we've ever seen. I thought as much. It seems that he only has enough of against his magicals to maintain his temporary body.
だから
If I can find an opening and attack accurately, I could do quite a lot of damage. As expected. Even if I get stabbed, it doesn't hurt. Although, it still damages me. Pain nullification must be working properly. Stop acting tough! I know you're hurt too! Yep, here's back during the first year or 1.5 year anniversary during Tempest vs. Mad City. Well, obviously, you've been punching me.
いや
No, that's not it. If others were punching you, it wouldn't hurt. After all, you've got pain nullification. It's because it's me. Your head hurts, no?
てめえ
Shut the hell up! Compared to that fight, this is just a refreshing exchange of blows. I've been very bored lately, so come at me as much as you want.
見せてあげる
Looks like I'm being underestimated. I hope you don't regret that. I needed practice before finding the real Rimuru, so this is a perfect opportunity for me.
クソが
You don't have the right to decide who's real or fake. He and I are different beings. You better choose your next words carefully. Alright, so their battle is beginning. Man, I am just so curious on what is gonna happen. Because that picture on the left makes me feel like one of them may die in this battle. And someone may get a power-up.
これは
Like, they
これ
probably
は
are
面
gonna
白
do
い
the generic theme of where
Never.
villains team up.
私の力見せてあげる
But it would just be interesting if these guys, like, just kind of took each other out, or, like, something else would happen. Like, if one takes out the other and becomes even more powerful because of it.
とてもいい攻撃だった
Like, both obviously are helping each other in being practice for the other's enemy. Like, Cliche wants to take down Rimuru, so she's basically training with a Rimuru. And Emilus wants to take down Rimuru and everyone else that trapped him, so having to fight Cliche, which is a super powerful enemy, is just helping him get stronger in general. The Enlightened, Part 1.
クソが
I had enough with you! Devour everything in sight! Beelzebub alternative! Wow, so he hasn't gained Gluttony, but he has a different Beelzebub? I don't remember him doing this move in the main event of Tempest vs. Mad City.
Huh?
Delete Barricade! If he's using against his magicals to maintain that body, he shouldn't have enough left to use that skill.
何
What?
ふん
Oh boy. What an unsightly, stubborn way of thinking. You must be getting old. If you think about it for a second, I'm sure you'll come up with the answer.
どうだ
In hand-to-hand combat, I could break through your fake barriers with these fists. Then why did you use Beelzebub?
つまり
Because it's my strongest technique. I can use it effectively as a feint, and as expected, you were thoroughly distracted by my Beelzebub's alternative. You... just give me this world already!
なめんじゃねえぞ
If you're looking for a new house, go look elsewhere. This is my house. This is where we were born. I won't hand it over.
行くぞ
Unleash gluttony! Disappear, you stupid elf! Gravity Noah! Okay, so he does have gluttony. But why does he still have Beelzebub if they both do the exact same thing? Unless Beelzebub alternative does something completely different. Which we couldn't see what it does because these guys stand in just their 3D poses and just like do the same thing, and we just see the same circle effect. Ach! Ah! You! Yeah, man, this fight is... It isn't epic, but it is just cool seeing their interactions together. I don't know what she just used to teleport.
ふん
I can read you like a book. Gwa!
はい
At last! At last it's open! A crack has appeared in the wall of this world. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The heavens are on my side. What the? Alright, I think I recognize that voice. So, the sub-boss of Tempest versus Mad City may come back. I'm pretty sure the sub-boss of that event didn't actually die. I'm pretty sure Isis just tortured that guy and threw him in some kind of place as a prison. And I think he may have been set free. But we'll see. I could just totally be mistaken and not remembering, since it has been like 2 years since that event. Ah! There's no doubt about it. This air, mixed with the signs of life unique to the material world. Okay, no, it's just Clayman. Alright, I thought it was the other Clayman, the Clayman fake. I don't remember what his name was, but I thought it was that guy, not this one. But yeah, I guess just Clayman is back in this event. Yes! I am now truly liberated.
え
Huh? Clayman! No, this aura, it's...
ごきげんよ
Oh, I haven't introduced myself yet. I am Moko-shan. Okay, so yeah, I was right. But I don't remember him taking this form. Like, yeah, I don't think they revealed this yet in that part of Tempest versus Mad City. Because Tempest versus Mad City was much earlier than the events that took place in Season 2 when he actually revealed this form. So that's what I'm super confused about. It's because of the game's timeline and like how the story is released. So he didn't have this form originally because he only stayed in his base form, but I guess they retroactively gave him this form later on. It's like while he was trapped in his prison of time or in the mirror. This is what I've been calling myself ever since I broke free from the top of the endless tower of desire, known as Loop Loop, which, by the way, was thought to be impossible to escape. Or no. This is another alternative version of Mokushan. Because if you guys have tracked the history of Loop Loop, I have done parts of that as well. If you want to catch up, there are, I think, like 50 parts. So this Mokushan is one of the variants from the Loop Loop and have eventually escaped. But I'm guessing this Rimuru has never been into Loop Loop, since Loop Loop in itself is a separate entity that the events, the main story, never references, unless they're gonna literally reference it right now.
なんだって
That Mokushan, the one I fought all that time ago, I'm guessing he's just referring to the regular Makushan or Mokushan, however you say his name. I think it's Mokushan. But yeah, the original one from Tempest vs. Mad City is who he's referring to, not the one from Loop Loop.
Yeah.
No, he must have been my original. I am a different individual from him, but I can recall the memories I have inherited from him. So yeah, this guy is from a different timeline, different variants, slash another creation of the mirror. What? Gasp! Gasp! I'm alive, right? I was a death man. Ugh. Even if I make it outside, as long as that witch is down there, I'll get defeated all over again. I must become stronger. Yeah, this is such a cool look for Clayman slash Mokushan. Shoot! I wish for a stronger desire. Now the top floor's updating. No! I must stay on top, or else I'll be dominated by what's above. This is just so interesting because this isn't even the 3rd year anniversary event, but yet it's got so many references to other events. To Tempest vs. Mad City it's a sequel to. It's a sequel to Loop Loop, which they haven't updated in quite a while from whenever this is released. And so all these storylines just kind of connecting together is just super cool to see. I don't want to be ruled by anyone! No! The more I think about it, the more powerful and dominant the creature born will be. But I can't stop myself! Out of that desire, the second Mokushan was born. And out of further desire, the 3rd form, I, was born. So I'm guessing each one had basically a form of Clayman. The original was just his base form, the one that we just saw. And then the second one took his regular 6-arm form. And this variant takes his Awakened form, where he has the energy arms. Both my first and second forms ruled with Marionette's heart and embraced the ideal of escaping the tower with the 3rd form. And now you've come out.
ふむ
So, what do you plan to do? I won't do anything if you're thinking about living peacefully. Don't be ridiculous. Just getting out won't satisfy me. I will trample and rule everything I see. I shall start with Tempest. I mean, like, Mokushan was kind of strong when he originally came out. Rimuru has gotten a lot more powerful since then. So, I don't know if this guy can fight. Like, he hasn't awakened into a true demon lord. Like, that's what this form is for Clayman. And so I'm guessing that's what this Mokushan is, a demon lord. But I'm not entirely sure this power is enough to actually defeat Rimuru, and much less everyone in Tempest, like Diablo, Veldora, and like the other guys that are like 2 levels below Rimuru, but still, there's so many of them that they could probably all take down Mokushan, even if he is stronger than them. For the time being, as one of the pillars of the Octagram, you are an obstacle to me, Rimuru Tempest. As such, I must have you die.
くそ。
I knew it. Fine then, I'll take you on.